Lately it's been really confusing.
Welcome back to the Marriage Mixtape. This your boy Bam.
This your girl So.
Alright, today we're gonna do a little switch it up. We're gonna go over some questions y'all asked us. And if y'all haven't asked us some questions yet, we're gonna throw the link in the description. Please feel free to ask us any questions about marriage, relationships, kids, whatever it is. Alright, and be sure to, hit the like button, subscribe, turn on your notifications.
And for the ones that don't want to know, there is an option for you to be anonymous, so won't the other person won't know who you are as well.
You can hide your questions. We won't even know who it is. In the animal kingdom, the lioness hunts and not the man lion. What's your thoughts on that in today's household? Okay, it's a good question. So my thoughts on it is it's kind of similar to, I guess when you say the lioness hunts, I would say like the woman goes shopping. So if she going to Walmart and she getting the food, that's for the family, but the man is still, the provider. But like in the animal kingdom, like she hunts, but even though she hunts, she feeds him first. And that's, so he can protect them.
I agree with that. The same thing is a saying that the lioness go hunt and the man protect, or the lion protects all the lioness. Same thing as going grocery store, getting all you need to get for the whole entire household. Know what you need to get. Know what nutrient everyone, giving them the food that they all can get in or helps their body. Excuse me, so to say, and making sure everything is straight.
Yeah, so y'all mind when people don't try to flip that and say, "Oh, she providing." She the provider. No.
I stable everything, making sure it's unstable. He provides it.
Okay, next question is from Anonymous. Which one of y'all are older?
Come on now, y'all. Why even ask that question? Why does it matter? When did age even matter?
Oh, it didn't matter.
No.
She the old head.
No, I'm not. By 4 months, just to be clear, y'all.
So, there's a cougar. I like cougars. Alright, let's see what the next question is. From Anonymous again. When a family member breaks their boundaries with your spouse, how do you handle it?
You want me to go first?
Yeah, you take the floor.
Okay, so the way I go about the situation is I'm going to correct anyone in my family that disrespect what I stand for or the boundaries that I have. I'm going to confront them on the situation no matter what, especially when you cross it. And then once you cross it, it's like that's hard to regain back, especially with a person like me. I'm a Virgo, so it's kind of really hard to gain that back for me. So for me, you just don't do it. That's the best thing. Just don't do it.
So for me, I am a very solution-based person. So if a family member crosses my boundaries, I'm gonna have to figure out why. Like I gotta know like why you did it, what made you do it, like what did you think this was gonna get us? I'm usually pretty decent at solving problems, but as long as it doesn't cross like my morals, I try to fix it. And if it crosses my morals, like I'm done.
So babe, let's give them a scenario. So okay, let's do one like, for instance, do we want to do parents or do we want to do like brother, sister, cousin? Let's say, for instance, this is your mother, for instance. She crossed the boundaries by saying some disrespectful stuff towards your spouse. Okay? How I'll go about it is basically let her know that she was wrong. And then from there, I will tell her just don't text my spouse or communicate with my spouse at all if you ain't got nothing nice to say, period. And if you're still continue it, then I just block you, because at this point now you do not care or matter of what's my surroundings or whatever issues I go through with my spouse to make even situations worse or to cause issues that are not there. So at that point, that's just showing signs of jealousy, confusion. I don't know. But what we don't play with is mess.
All right. So for me, I would ask my family member like what made them do that. Like if it was my mom, I'd say, hey, so I heard you and such you and my wife had an issue. I'm trying to see what it's about, like
Mm-hmm.
what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
She do something? Did you do something? Is there a misunderstanding?
Mm-hmm.
But then if we can't resolve the issue, then I'm about, well, I think nobody needs to talk. Like I'm not saying I'm gonna jump and cuss out my mom. We just gonna dead it. Like you don't talk to her, she don't talk to you until y'all got something good to say. We can't fix it. So I am gonna try to solve the solution
But how do you fix it?
by trying to get to the bottom of it. See what was said, how it was said, how it made you feel. If
Mm-hmm.
she said, "Oh, your wife's stupid," oh, well, why are you stupid? Why? I'd ask like, what did she do to make you feel that way? And then, of course, I'm not gonna tell my wife. My mama said this right here because I don't want to further the gap. Instead, I would try to find something in it where I could try to take back to my wife and say, "Hey, this is what she upset about. I don't know if you know, but this is what happened. This is why she was bothered." I'm not gonna come back and say, "Oh yeah, she said you stupid." I'm gonna get to the bottom of it and bring you back something that we can create a solution with. So then maybe you'll call and say, "Hey, Rob told me that you was upset about this. I'm sorry, I didn't mean for it to be like that."
So my question is, because I get the question that they put. My questions is, I know there's some people in some relationship, because at one point ours was like that, where if we were arguing with someone in your family, that's between you and that part of the family or that person you arguing with, even though
Mhm.
it's your spouse, family member or something. So for instance, if me and his sister was arguing or something like that, then it was always, oh well, I'm not in it. That's between y'all two. And I looked at him like, that's not the way you go about that.
Mhm.
Because yeah, if it's a difference between me and her, and I'm a grown person, I could put on my big girl panties or whatever and handle the situation. I still respectfully think that you should know and should back me up on whatever it might be, if I'm wrong or right, and correct me when we're by ourselves.
I understand that, but with me having a big family, it's kind of like we have all learned to respect each other.
Hmm.
So when one of us
That
has a
is true.
problem with the other one, it's not everybody's problem.
Hmm.
Like my sister mad at my daddy is not my problem. My daddy mad at my sister is not my problem. My daddy mad at my brother is not my problem. If my wife mad at my daddy is not my problem. We aren't here to like. I'm not gonna take your problem because you're mad at somebody. We all humans. We all get mad for no reason sometimes. But I will try to find a resolution in between. But I'm not gonna be a barrier and say, "Hey, I'm not talking to that person because that person mad at them."
Well, I know, but I get that. But I'm saying is, at one point,
Mm-hmm.
me being your spouse, you supposed to back your spouse out, because that's vice versa. So if you're arguing with somebody in my family, and it's making you uncomfortable to the point where you can't even go to an event or want to go to an event
Mm-hmm.
because they're there, and every time y'all get in an argument, I add myself as I'm not in it. You will feel some type of way.
I got big pants and big shoulders, and I don't need you to be in it because
I'm just saying emotionally,
you are not my protector.
I get that, but I'm saying emotionally, you still will want your spouse to back you up.
I want my spouse to have my back, not to fight for me.
Well, yeah, same thing.
I want my spouse to say,
Because having your back is the same
even if
thing.
my spouse say I'm not in it, I'm cool with that. But you do know
So don't get mad when the reaction
whatever
is
I do,
right.
I do because you're not in this,
Exactly, I
and
agree.
that's how I feel. Like I wouldn't get mad because y'all grown. That's y'all reaction. If y'all cannot resolve a conflict, it's gonna be hard for us to have a family like that's tight and we bond together and do events together, do business together. We can't do that if we can't solve conflicts with each other.
I mean, it's good to have conference because it makes us stronger in a situation anyway, and knowing that y'all guys can handle up to bigger events, bigger issues when we have bigger people and bigger
'Cause
parties
if I'm
in
not
it.
there,
So
like, say if I'm going somewhere and y'all have an issue, how can I fix it? But if y'all have gained that skill of, if y'all argue with each other and y'all know how to, okay, well, she's mad at me for a little bit. That's great. Now we got power. Now we can work with each other because we don't need anybody to solve our issues. We got it ourselves.